Clean up, clean up. Everybody do their share, which I'm playing maid today because this is not my stuff. But I do clean up. Sometimes I just be ripping and running and all over the place. I know I should clean up after every job, but when you have impatient customers waiting, I have to get to it. So, I don't know.
Just to add, is clean up, everybody, everywhere.
Oh, what about it?
That's the correct way to say
Oh, yeah. CJ, let's go away your motorcycles.
You leave Professor CJ alone right now.
No big. Nah. Push this one out the way so I can test drive this Camaro. So we find the keys and the keys to this.
Curtis just had them. You don't want to move it right there.
Oh, they still in the car.
Question. Whose Escalade is that over
I
there?
don't know, but it's gonna get hit. Hopefully it's not ours.
Somebody just dropped it and didn't say anything?
You check with Curtis up front?
Let me go check.
Yeah, because it's gonna get hit. I walked.
What's up with this?
I think you want an AC system check, but I don't know. That car too old.
Yeah, like it's running though, right?
Yeah, it was. It's brakes right there. CJ, they have to push this. Probably in that hole over there. I don't know. Where?
What that
all right, I need to push a car.
Oh, eventually.
Damn it, this shit's stopping.
Oh, I thought you were doing that.
No,
Damn.
I think it's in 4-wheel drive or something because it's binding.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in 4x4.
Ah, shit.
Every time I turn it, it binds.
Alright. You said, what we going on over here?
So we're gonna push the car. We're gonna
Oh, okay. Yeah.
try to make that turn.
Alright, bet.
That's probably why I struggled yesterday to make that turn.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
I can't turn the wheel.
That's tight. I
Alright,
thought
let's
it was
get
just
pushing
because of that flat tire.
Nah, it's because the 4-wheel drive bind.
Yeah.
It's engaged.
I ain't even think about that part.
Alright, push the car time.
Work out for the morning.
I know, right? Got my leg working out today. Alright.
Look at what are you doing? What them jumping jacks was finna do?
Just get my blood pumping.
Y'all want me to go get some old people out here?
No, we're good. I'm about to get push a car.
Yeah.
Cause this truck really belongs in the junkyard.
For real.
Sorry to say.
Yeah. And it's so rusted. Oh my gosh. It's not worth it. Pause.
Now, I'm trying to resist the urge for my impulsive wife nag.
What'd I do? What?
You know what?
I'm clean.
Why do you have on, where's your work boots?
I sold them.
I have to hide his good shoes because he wear them to work. Like, so when we go out on a date,
He wearing the good shoes, the play shoes.
he can't do that, man. God.
Alex said you brought the J's to work, man.
Yeah, I specific. He said, no, babe, I'm just wearing them to work. I'm going to change.
Hey, what are you talking about? I've been had on my shoes.
Now, when you want to take me out on the date,
I'm wearing those.
you don't have to wear your mechanic suit and the mechanic shoes.
This is everyday attire.
Okay.
I don't know what y'all saw, but I've been had these on. Yeah. So through that. All right. Push
Yeah, I
your
know
car.
he's full
Don't
of
let me
crap.
down. Let me run about 3 cylinders. Can't see out the front window. That's good.
How we doing?
That man.
Yes, sir. That's your husband right there.
Push your car wins again.
Thought you was gonna junk that.
She still got life. And she a freight train. Yeah. Yeah. All right, well, dang, you gotta pop me. This one had a very bad cam phaser on the exhaust passenger side. Like, it was just shot. These 3.6 engines, GM engines, are known for their bad cam phasers. And what it was doing, it wasn't idling. It was like gloping real bad and doing funny stuff, no power. So, timing chain did the trick. She idle, she runs good. I just got a test drive. Purrs like a kitten. Other than all the dang on ABS warning lights.
Now, is this is the 8-cylinders?
This is not an Exo.
Oh, it sounds good though.
This thing sounds like garbage.
Yes, sir.
It sounds horrible. This is not what a muscle car is supposed to sound like. I can't stand the little high-pitched JDM muscle car wannabe. It's annoying. That Challenger over there sounds just like it. Like people straight piping V6s. Like, just stop. That does not sound. This does not sound good coming out of this. Now, maybe it'll sound good for a Honda. That's something, some type of noise you're supposed to be coming out of a JDM. Yeah, it sounds good. But a muscle car,
What it's supposed to sound like?
supposed to sound like my van.
Choppy.
Yeah.
Like that other Camaro.
My van, it's got stock exhaust and it sounds great. Like it's sitting there gloping. But if you get into it, it's supposed to manly man. That's what muscle cars all about. Not let me be nice.
I think it's too late for that, love. Go on. Get on. Found out who Cadillac
That's
it
the
was.
V. You got Brembos on the front.
Nah, that ain't
Huh?
good. It's a big.
No, V.
Oh.
The Escalade V. It has Brembos. Like the normal Escalades don't have Brembos.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, transport. I was like, don't park right there no more, baby.
Look, that'd be ironic. A transporter get hit by another transporter.
Yeah. Do that now.
That'll be bad.
Meanwhile, shop update. We're still extremely busy. I know you see the parking lot. Everything's over there getting work. We did hire a new guy. This time, good people, I did a phone interview for all the questions. Then I invited him in for a working interview from 9 to 6. Of course, he was compensated. Throwed a couple of different jobs at him. We liked the way he worked, so we hired him on. And now he's a part of the team. I still have a 90-day probationary period though, so I already let them know that. But so far so good. We gotta keep moving, keep trucking, folks. I still have 80 more applications to get through. I'll probably hire another person, but not right this second. Let's see what we can do with the workload that we already have. And then we'll talk about introducing someone else to the team. But ultimately, I want a body on every lift. And I have 4 lifts back there. So we do need about 1 more guy.
Hey.
What you got?
Hey, got you a few little parts.
Oh, brakes.
I got your brakes and a rig.
You ain't got it.
You go.
Thank you, Joe.
Y'all do that?
Yep.
How
All
about
right.
that?
Appreciate it.
This one is having a fuel pump issue, I believe. On the readouts that I previously looked at was the low side, because it has 2 fuel pumps. It has a low pressure pump, which normally pumps out about 60, 70 PSI, and it gets sent to a high pressure fuel pump that pumps it up in the high hundreds. And in the thousands, depending on how the engine is revving at the time, where the engine revs are. What I am looking at now, well, first of all, let me just show you what I saw. Let's see, fuel pump. Okay, so low fuel pressure, PSI 72. Rail pressure actual is when I turn this over, I'm supposed to see rail pressure, and I don't see any rail pressure at all. So this thing is not getting fuel. Could be out of fuel, or it could have a bad high pressure fuel pump. That's what I have to figure out. The sucky part about this one is that the high pressure fuel pump is behind the motor. So
Maintenance guy. Need you.
I'm sorry. I'm walking the train here. That I have one car.
All right, back to it. What can happen on high pressure fuel pumps, because they're mechanical pumps, they're directly driven off the engine, versus the low side is directly driven off electricity. You can have mechanical pump failure in several different ways. Internal, and they'll just lock up. The seals will go out inside. It's a number of reasons why it can go bad, versus the electrical component. It's just one reason. It burns out, the motor burns out. The mechanical pump normally is driven off the camshaft, and there's so much can go wrong with mechanical pumps. All right, let's see, what does the scanner want me to do?
Now, what does this mean for her? Because while we don't typically work on Euros, we do maintain this one, have been for years, and she has put a lot of money.
She put an engine in this car years back.
Yeah.
We actually did the engine.
So what does it mean? Does the engine have to come out? You said it was in the back of the engine.
It's right here. It's very hard to get to. You can see a fuel line coming out and a low side coming in. It looks like it's driven off this right here. Well, this is part of it. It dips down. So it looks like it has 2 pumps. It has a mechanical vacuum pump for the braking system. Those will go out and you won't have power brakes. Then directly adjacent to that, I guess that's the right word, is the high pressure fuel pump. So I guess I get a line and crack it open and see if I get fuel coming out, because Yeah, I don't really trust the scanner sometimes. I like to physically see. And sometimes if I just don't trust the scanners. I'm the type of mechanic that actually looks and feel and tests. So I'm about to get a 17 and see can I crack that high pressure open and crank it over and see if it's actually spitting out fuel. Then I have to see how can I test the line pressure coming in to see it's actually 70 psi. There's a cramp, a non-serviceable fuel line crimp. I hate those. I don't understand why they do that. So, but I can't even get to that. This car is just, These engines always give the most problems. They look good, people love them, but man, they put these engines in everything. This type of 4-cylinder, it just wasn't good. They have turbo problems, coolant problems. These coolant lines be cracking. The reason she had to replace the engine, the timing chain went out and bent all the valves. It's just too much. 9 times out of 10, I see a lot of turbo issues. The wastegate will fail internally and they don't sell the wastegate. Well, they do online, but it's not proper. I like getting parts from the dealership for these. And
She replaced that too.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
I remember doing something turbo related.
What you guys see, Jack?
I think it's a starter.
You jumped it? You didn't do anything?
My car broke.
Okay. When throw started, it's original. The van do got 200,000 miles on it. That starter burn up. All right, I'll write it up, and after you do that, I'm gonna have you pull that Corvette in and knock out the radiator and detail parts in here. Yep.
Just a quick tidbit. I know in this video, y'all are hearing a lot of airplanes. We are right next to Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson Airport, so unfortunately we're doing a lot of shooting outside today. So, and y'all favorite mechanic don't want to get mic'd up, so complain if you will in the comments. Maybe he'll listen to y'all. May I offer you some of my drink?
Yes, I need that big time.
Oh, it's gonna be a hot summer.
Yeah, it's like candy.
I know, but guess what? It don't got that much sugar in it. So it say.
Whew. All right, just cracked open the line. Could you go in and start it for me?
Sure.
I'll show them what I'm looking for. There's the line cracked open. It's supposed to have fuel. Yep. I have nothing. Alright, stop. No fuel. Which I assumed. Alright, next thing I'm gonna check for is the low side. Because from my understanding, if the fuel pump is feeding pressure up there, it's supposed to still be kind of drizzling out the high pressure side, from my understanding of the system. So I could have low pressure failure. That means this number is incorrect, 72 PSI. So I'm about to find the fuel pump and test from there. The first test I'm gonna do is a listening test. Once I do find the fuel pump, I'm going to activate it with my scan tool. And once I do that, I will listen for it. And if I don't hear anything, I grab my volt ohm meter and probe the power wires to see if I'm getting power back there. So that's what I'm gonna do. Normally it's under this back seat, and this thing is getting water in it. Look at all that water.
wonder why.
Sunroof leaking. So these are the access panels. So it look like I need an 8 to access the fuel pump. So I'm gonna go grab that, peel these up. One is a transfer pump or a transfer side. Sometimes you have 2 pumps and sometimes you have 1 single pump. And what'll happen is the 1 single pump it'll be a line going over here and it'll siphon fuel from this side and bring it over here. The reason the tank is split in somewhat in 2 because you have a drive shaft going down the center of this vehicle, and the tank has to have this big old indentation in the middle. So it needs kind of 2 of everything. It needs 2 levelers, 1 on each side, and some way to transfer the fuel from one side to the other, to the main pump, so it can get pumped to the engine. So I don't know which cover I'm gonna find the main pump is, but it's normally this one, the driver's side. So I'm gonna go grab some tools. About the problem, it's very heavily corroded, this terminal, so it's gonna need a good cleaning. Corrosion is very bad for electronics. Corrosion will cause bad connections and cause a lot of heat buildup. And dealing with electric motors, you can't have any resistance in the circuit because corrosion creates resistance. Resistance is like a garden hose, and the garden hose is maybe 3/8 round or whatever the case may be, and you install a my measurements ain't measuring, but something smaller than 3/8, a lot smaller, and put it in line. You make the hose a lot smaller than coming from this to that will be a resistance, and that's how corrosion works. So it won't get its full voltage amperage, won't get its full amperage, and it'll cause the pump to struggle and burn itself out. And I do believe we have a burnt out low pressure pump. So what I'm just doing is messing around at this point. I don't have a fancy power probe, so I normally just create a little jumper wire and just provide 12 volts straight to the pump. So that's what I'm doing now. I don't like buying fancy stuff sometimes. I like doing it my way because it works. If I can get this thing on there. Got the other one on. And I just broke it. Okay, that's fine. So I'm just gonna ground this. And this. Power. I want to see if I hear buzz. So it is working. And they switched it up on me, by the way. This is just a leveler and the pump, the actual pump. The feed is all the way over here. So, and it's another leveler over here and a tank pressure sensor. So how it works is this, where the motor is, it pumps it through, it sucks it up from this tank, this side of the tank, feeds it over here, and it siphons from this side and feeds it to the engine. It's silly. All right, now I need to plug this line back up because it should start. I probably should have checked this from the get-go, but I wasn't expecting any corrosion in the system. But I guarantee I got a blown fuse. And if I put that fuse back on, it's gonna blow again. Normally when I'm faced with any type of electrical issues, I should check for fuses. But I kind of went straight to the problem without checking any fuses. But that's why I was checking for voltage. Missed the voltage part. I did check it off camera. I didn't receive any voltage at the pump. Again, corrosion caused a lot of heat buildup, and when that resistance happened, the fuse popped in order for it not to catch fire or do any damage, because corrosion can lead to fire in some cases. There we go. I was going the wrong way. Purr like a kitten. So my scanner was wrong. You see how I never trust what that thing say? I like to do it my way and actually check it. Because what if I just went off that scanner and, well, I can turn it off now. What if I can, did it just spark or no?
I thought I heard.
Me too. Me not paying attention. What if I just went off that scanner and, oh yeah, it's reading low pressure. Originally I thought that, but I was like, nah, let me just double check. Because I don't hear the pump. So now I have to see where that fuel pump fuse is, and it's definitely below, because I don't supposed to have any corrosion on that. So let me do that. So the fix for this one is going to be finding the fuel pump fuse, which I do believe I'm gonna have to look on ALLDATA and look up a diagram to see what's going on and clean off the corrosion. Fuel pump is fine, the high pressure fuel pump is fine. It's just not getting power, and that corrosion knocked out something. So that's what I have to look into next. Let me go look at a diagram because I don't know what I'm looking at, and sometimes I hate to look into stuff blind.
Now, question for myself and the viewers: whether something keeps tripping the fuel pump fuse, by replacing the fuse and cleaning the corrosion, that will
Fix the problem.
Okay, gotcha.
Because if I don't clean that corrosion, it's gonna happen again. There's always something that's blowing a fuse. Fuses just don't blow out of nowhere. So if you have a situation where a fuse popped, and I'm not talking about a cigarette lighter, because we all know we can blow cigarette lighter fuses like there's no tomorrow. Not talking about that, but let's say you're having another circuit that's keep blowing fuses. Like you put a fuse in, you drive it, all is well, then out the blue it'll just blow again. Something is touching. Good people, do not up the amperage on that fuse. That is dangerous. Whatever is happening, you need to get that fixed. So what happened is something is touching, something is rubbing, and you up in the amperage, it's just gonna cause a fire hazard. Because that's what fuses are for, is to prevent fires. And to shut down a circuit so it won't prevent fire, so it won't burn. What year is this thing? Got the diagram pulled up, now I just gotta find it. So, okay. Bam, right here. Fuel pressure sensor. Under right rear seat, fuel pump control module. Fuel pump, okay, motor. So it goes through this module right here. And this module is powered by a 20 amp fuse control unit. relay. Right side of trunk. Rear Sam control unit. I don't know. But I was looking in the wrong spot, pretty much. I need to look on the right side of trunk. So make sure there's no other fuses front. Okay. Because without this fuel pump control module being powered up, I won't get a power at the motor, the fuel pump motor. This is why diagram reading is so fundamental and important, because this is the map to the wiring on this vehicle. It takes the guesswork out of stuff. As you can see, when I guessed at it, I was wrong. I looked under the underhood fuse box thinking that's where I found a blown fuse. In reality, I wasn't gonna find it there, no way. And also in reality, I would have been looking for a fuel pump fuse. I wouldn't be looking, I wasn't, it's probably labeled something else. It don't say what it's labeled, but I know what it is now. It's fuse 42. So I need to pop the trunk and take a look on the right side, which is the passenger side. All right, right side, which is right here. I'm assuming behind this panel right here. All right, I'm looking for a 20 amp, which is right here. And it does not appear to be blowed. Any more 20s? Let me just check them all. So, I got a blown 15. So it could potentially have the wrong fuse. All right. Yeah, somebody been messing around. Look what they left for me. Everybody should have one of these kits on them. I carry one around in my car. Just extra fuses. Alright, so I'm assuming that was the fuse, but they just put a 15 there. That could be part of the problem too. They under amp the fuse, which on top of corrosion is just bad news. Alright, let me see if that worked. Alright, fingers crossed. Let's run the fuel pump back up.
Oh, I'm about to say, you had me cross my fingers for nothing. Come on, man.
I still gotta clean the corrosion, but I'm just doing this for testing purposes. I think I hear the fuel pump. No, I don't hear it. So it looks like I have some more diagnostics to do. Okay. So, I grew a brain and actually, because it's no diagram for this. And if I remember correctly, it was fuse 42, right, sweetie?
Yes.
Looking at this, fuse number 42 is right here. Where's the fuse? Really, where's the fuse? Let's put the actual fuse in and see what happens. Man, y'all saw that. I'm not tripping. Like, no one touches this car but me. So, did they have a mobile mechanic come out? Or... Let's see if that worked before.
Maybe her husband, you know, I don't know. Sometimes he be liking to tinker with stuff. They're an elderly couple. My baby's so smart, y'all. You just such an awesome mechanic.
Wow, that's all I gotta say. So, I need to put that 15 back of 15 that I took out, and so now I just gotta fix the corrosion. I'm gonna let the battery recharge a little bit, so I don't have to rely on jump boxes. Y'all see what I have to go through sometimes? Like, public service announcement for everybody. If you don't know what you're doing, don't touch it. Leave it to the professionals, because sometimes it's make my job harder. I was legit, me and my wife just talked about it off camera. I'm about to switch it over to electrical diag. Because how it works is, I will do my best, because I only get an hour to diagnose these vehicles. I give it my all. If I can't find the problem within an hour, meaning little knick-knack diagnostics, well, not knick-knack, nothing is knick-knack, but standard diagnostic procedures, that's the word I'm looking for. If it don't fix it, because that was standard. Look at a diagram, boom, boom, boom. That's not an electrical diag. Electrical diag is, if I hit a roadblock, fuses are good, fuel pump good, I have a module. I have to go start testing that particular module, and that will take time. I have to start tracing down wires. I know from evidence that the car water is getting inside of it. That can cause corrosion, things like that. So that's where electrical diagnostic come in place. It's not just, oh yeah, I'm just throwing electrical diag at it. It takes me looking at it and analyzing the situation to determine if it needs an electrical diag or not. That's where I got that. Was gonna go for it if that didn't fix it.
Now, most shops, it also requires the tech to be competent enough to hit the necessary steps for the standard diagnosing and testing.
Exactly.
To even get to that point.
Correct.
So, as you guys know, here, integrity is everything. And I'm happy that we film stuff, because we ain't out to sham nobody.
And this little procedure, they're gonna be charged. I may can squeeze it under the diagnostic fee, because I didn't spend long on this car. Depending on how long it take me to clean off that connector would determine if I'm just gonna put it all under the diag fee. And sometimes I do that. If it don't take me long, and if it's a simple fix like a fuse and probably a dirty connector, if I can squeeze it under the diagnostic fee, I will. A lot of people always say this. If I get the work done, is the diagnostic fee included? No, it's not. And shops that tell you that are lying to you. No one is gonna give away free time. No one. I don't care who you are, how big you are, and shop-wise. They're going to build it into the fee. And I tell customers like this all the time, hey, I'm honest. I'm not gonna beat around the bush and try to hide stuff from you. So I don't do that. You're getting charged what you see. You can charge for an hour, you can charge for 2 hours. It is what it is. I'm not building it into the fee and hiding it or being deceptive, because that's what I look at that as, deceptive. A repair costs $200, that's what you're gonna get, versus other shops. The repair be the same as mine, $200, but instead it'll crank itself up to $350. Like, where the extra $150 come from? If y'all labor rate the same and everything the same, compared to shop A to B, if you're comparing shops A to B and the labor rate the same, everything the same neighborhood, they right next to each other. They're very competitive. It's just one shop, they don't charge for diag, and the other shop build it in, actually charge you and show you. So that's how that works. You will see a difference like that if they're high the diagnostic charge. Sometimes doing so, they can upcharge you. Say your diagnostic fee is $120 for the diagnosis stuff, whatever the case may be. If they're hiding it, I guarantee you they're milking you for $150. Keep that in mind. Food for thought.
I was gonna add that I know it's a lot of professional techs out here that watch this channel. If you are giving away free diags,
Let me know.
rethink it, because it takes time and skill to do this stuff, and you deserve your money. Because what they'll do is take the free diag sometimes and go somewhere else and let somebody. And folks are willing to pay for quality if that's how you're presenting yourself in business.
Seen it time after time.
So just think about it, guys. I know a lot of y'all do it to get business, but put some respect on your craft. Put some respect on the industry. Charge for your time and skill.
Time is money in my industry. And, I'm no rich man. If I don't charge, I won't be here. Y'all won't have this great content to learn from. It's simple. It's simple. I get a lot of flack. Oh, Alex, this is stupid comment. Oh, Alex, to charge your arm and a leg. No, I don't charge arm and a leg. I'm very competitive pricing. I'm not charging Cousin Pookie prices, but I'm charging fair wages here. And I'm very fair and upfront with people. If I break it, you're gonna know about it. I'm gonna fix it. Hey, this is what happened. I messed up. You know, I'm upfront. Nothing to hide here.
When I come to a stop, the more I come to a stop, the more it'll like get
The more it
shaky.
warm up, because I'm pretty sure when you first crank it up in the morning,
Yes,
purrs
it
like a
does.
kid.
Yeah.
That's the different loops I'm telling you about, because it don't rely on the oxygen sensor. As soon as the oxygen sensors kick in, then if the oxygen sensors ain't reading right, the engine is not gonna run.
I trust you. I trust you.
Okay, I just like telling
Listen,
folks.
shout out to this customer right here.
I like.
He one of my favorites.
Yeah,
You
this
get
is
what
my
you pay
favorite.
for here. You get what you pay for.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, Steve.
You take shortcut, you get cut short.
Yes, sir.
Say it again. Wait a minute. Say it. That's a bar. Say it again.
Take shortcut, you get cut short. Hey man, you be easy, man.
You too.
Well, I would call this a success. This is good to go. What I'm gonna do is mention the sunroof drain, see if she want to get that cleaned out so it can stop flooding her car, causing future issues. By the way, this is a very good customer of mine. I work on their whole family car, like down to the grandson, to the whole family. Very good customer. So I built a good rapport with them. Like I do with all my customers. I treat all my customers the same. No one gets special treatment. Speaking of special treatment, this guy, this Charger, he came through and was like, man, 'cause I've been behind lately. There's no getting around that, you know, just being upfront with you guys. I feel like I'm finally catching back up with everything. That one bad apple really did bring me down a lot mentally. It brought me down.
Numbers last month was in a toilet for me.
Gosh, I struggled. I haven't struggled like that in a minute. Financially, mentally, I was going crazy. So I've been staying a lot. I've been staying late lately, and just putting in the extra hours and trying to keep everything back up. You know, get everything back up in the green. What was I saying before that?
Special treatment.
Oh yeah, nobody gets special treatment. Customer's like, I give you $1,000 if you fix it right now. Don't work like that. I don't want your money. I want to do good, fair work. The customer didn't even pay $1,000. I did get him up and running. There was a white Charger sitting over there. I had to charge him electrical diag. I think he under $500, $300, and I think he added some more stuff. So that's why the car's still here. I do people right. But on that note, good people, I really enjoyed y'all today. Until next time, Alex Car Doctor out. See you guys on the next one.